I just got my hands on what appears to be a very early beta version of Cakewalk Next, and I've only dug in just a little bit, but already it isn't what I expected. So let's have a look and see what Cakewalk Next is all about. So here's your initial load screen when you load up Cakewalk Next. Now, all I've really done so far is I've set my audio interface and my Midi settings. And then I tested out quickly adding a track just to see how that works. And other than that, I wanted to save the fun stuff for this video with you. So let's just create a new project. But you can see in here, there's several presets or templates, as you might want to call them. And we have podcast, rock recording, singer-songwriter, vocal and guitar, trio, piano ballad, instruments, EDM, band recording, 4-track, 16-track, all kinds of fun stuff right there. But for this, I just want to create a new track. So let's do that. We've got our new track here, and if we click up there, we can give it a name. I'm just going to call it Test 1 for now. And you can also see in here, you can choose an author and all kinds of stuff in here, plus set your sample rate and the project file location. So here's our blank canvas. This is what we're started with, and it's actually pretty straightforward. So if we want to add a track, we can go up to Insert, and you can insert audio track, instrument, sampler track, pad controller track, track folder, bus, track template, and insert audio MIDI file. You can also right-click here, and you have all those same options. So I'm just going to insert an instrument track for now. And I've already did the scan for my plugins, so there's a bunch in here. But if we just click on Bandlab, these are the ones that come with it. So these are all instruments that come with this Cakewalk Next program. So if we just scroll down, you can see there's a ton of stuff in here. Tons and tons of stuff, but I'm just going to go with what's at the top here, 62 P bass. I like a P bass. Let's add that in there. And if this is working, there we go. I didn't even have to set the input because when I set up my MIDI controller in the software, I could set it so all new instrument tracks would have this as the default input. Now, one thing I did notice about Midi and Midi settings is I could set up a Midi keyboard, no problem. That was really easy to do, but I haven't found a solution or if it's even possible to use a Midi DAW controller, which I like using those, but it's not a big deal. They'll probably add it later on. Again, this is very early beta stuff here, but we have a bass guitar. This is our bass. Now, I don't think these instruments have a graphic user interface or anything like that. It is just, you get the sound, which is fine. That's all we need. We don't need to adjust things. We have our sound right now. And another thing to note, if you don't have a MIDI keyboard, they've integrated the virtual MIDI keyboard pretty easily on this. If we click this little thing right here, it brings up our virtual MIDI keyboard. And we can control the octave on here. So let's go lower. It's very easy to use that. Just close that down. So now let's look at adding an effect. Again, really easy. You click that plus sign here and we'll go to Bandlab again. See what we got with Bandlab. Tons of stuff in here. So I don't know. What do we want to add? Let's add this buzz face. Add that in there, and this is basically what we have for a graphic user interface is just the settings, and that is fine, really. It simplifies things, so. All right, let's say I like that. And I want to record this now. So let's look at how easy it is to record some MIDI. I just go up to my instrument track and I click this little button right here to arm it for recording. So you can see it is now red. We're ready to record. I just click record up here. Very basic right there, but we have a MIDI clip. This is what we recorded. And we can shorten this MIDI clip like that. Just click and drag. So you can see I messed up there. Let's go into our MIDI clip to edit some things. Just double click on the clip like that. And I want to take that out of there. So just right click, delete. I can also press delete on the computer keyboard if I want. And now if I want, I can click and drag my notes here. Drag them so they all line up. And there, we have a MIDI clip in here. Now let's just go back to that track inspector. So we go up to View, Track Inspector. You can see there's some keyboard shortcuts for all of these things here, but we'll just go to Track Inspector for now. And let's say I like this bass. Now let's see what they have for drums. So again, we'll right click, insert track. I'm just going to go with Bandlab stuff. And what do we have in here? One of the cool things is I can actually search. So I'm just going to search for drums. There's general MIDI drums. Or if I just put drum, I can find some stuff like that. What about drum kits? Here we go, drum kits. Classic rock. Let's go with classic rock kit. So here's our classic rock kit. And what I'm going to do is just disable that so it's not armed for recording anymore. And all right, so we got a very basic drum kit here, and I'm just going to, again, record into here. So I'm going to start that there, arm this track for recording, and here we go. All right, so that was all over the place. I just kind of came up with a drum beat in there and it was way off time, which means I should have a metronome enabled. And you can see there's one right here. Now, if I just click it on, watch. We don't hear it. Now, if I click this little arrow beside, it's only set to play when recording. But if I want it on playback, I could set it there and then it won't play while recording, or I could have it on both. So it's going to play that click track while recording and while I play back. And you can even adjust the levels of this and you can change the tone in here as well. And there's the main output level. You can even tap to change our BPM if we want it. But I'm just going to leave it as is and let's just hear that click track. All right, so that's the click. Let's get rid of this clip and we'll try recording again. All right, so there's a very basic drum pattern right there. And again, if we wanted, I could double click and go in here and change up things if I wanted. The cool thing is you can see it shows you each drum in here so you know what to add or take away if you want. So that's really cool. Now let's just look at adding some audio in there. So what I'm going to do is just close this clip inspector again. So now what I'm going to do is just record some audio, and I'm just going to record my voice because it's right here. Easy to do. Audio track. Let's disarm that for recording and unarm this one. And now we'll just hit record on here. All right, very basic right there. So we have a audio track in here. I'm gonna do that. All right. So already in this beta, I could easily go in and just use the Bandlab effects and instruments to get started. I can record audio, no problem, record MIDI, no problem, edit the MIDI, no problem. So I'm surprised with how good this thing is so far, and it's only going to get better because this is early beta stages. And not only am I looking forward to seeing where Cakewalk Next goes, I'm really looking forward to seeing how Cakewalk Sonar is going to look. And if you are unsure about all of this Cakewalk news, click the video on the screen and kind of get refreshed on that. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thank you so much for watching. For Audio Tech TV, I'm Zane. Keep creating. Fist bump. Thumbs up.